What's happening, everyone? Now watch this. Let's see if I figured out how to do all this. Guest one, boom. Guest two, boom. Maybe he's there. Well, he's muted, but I have been working hard trying to understand how to use streaming software instead of fumbling like a total tool while I'm actually streaming. How are you doing, Mo? Welcome, if you're on.
Yo, what's going on, Ian? What up, everybody? You guys doing? Big week, man. Big week. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And then I have a special guest. Brooks is joining us with the Reds hat on here. Brooks, tell us you're from some sort of news organization, right? Give us a little rundown. What
Yes,
do you do?
yeah. So I cover Louisville men's basketball for the Courier Journal. But currently, we're all in the middle of Derby prep, so writing a story about the work that you guys are doing with this year's simulation of the race and then the game we're about to see.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah. Glad to have you. So just the intro of Mo, so you don't know Mo, the skeleton guy here. Mo's up in the Northeast somewhere, Jersey, New York. I always forget somewhere up there, but regardless, he is our race
New
caller.
York, yep.
New York. Yeah. Okay. And Mo grew up as a toddler, I believe, pretending to call races, emulating his favorite race callers, and somehow we found him here in this community, and he calls every race, and it's always amazing. So yeah, somehow the Web3 has brought us together. It's special, isn't it, Mo? I don't know.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, and just keep in mind, I am no way responsible for anything that these guys do on my own voice. So if I say anything that offends you, I apologize. But don't put
That's
it on
right.
me.
He does not represent third time. Exactly. So yeah, we try to get together every Thursday. I've got the Twitch stream open over here that I can look at. People can hammer us with questions. Um, and yeah, we typically just get going here. Like we usually have about, what do you think? I don't know, 5 to 6 races run during this hour, and try to watch the races. Of course, right now we've got coming up the maiden. So we've got a 5 horse third time Thursday maiden running. Looks like people have actually been throwing a little bit of money on it as well. So people have bet, 360 tokens or whatever Derby on this Copenhagen horse, and a couple other Harry Mom and Harry Man out of Cheese Racing stepping into the stable. And so yeah, this goes off in about 6.5 minutes. Now, Brooks, we haven't gotten you a horse. We need to get you one. Maybe someone in the crowd could if they've got one running, we could figure it out. Are you into crypto at all? Have you ever bought any cryptocurrency? Have you gotten into any of that yourself?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well that's good. We try to make it nice and easy, of course, in this game. You can buy stuff with credit cards, but the point of the whole system right now is sort of based. It started in the old crypto world where people are owning their assets. They can buy, sell, and trade with each other in sort of a simple way without having to go through all of the shady back channels. It's all transparent. That's what we like about the crypto and Web3 space. But yeah, Mo, how many horses do you have at this point? You got just a couple?
My current barn is at 8.
8. Oh my goodness. Are you racing today?
I am not racing today. Like I said, I haven't raced too much recently. I have a syndicate with a couple other people, so we kind of try to get together when we race. And when you get older, it doesn't really have much time available. I have all the time in the world, but I blame it on everybody else.
Yeah, you're free, but they're not. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so obviously we're here today going through the stream. Super excited about the big Churchill announcement. I'm sure everyone in here in the chat knows about it. I did think today if we had time between races, maybe we have time right now, I could pull up the actual 3D Churchill Downs. We could take a look at some of the stuff that we've been working on with it. Give everyone a little behind the scenes sort of look into it. Brooks, any questions you have, of course, fire away. I don't want to sit here and just blab. It's always hard on these things. What are you curious about the platform, or what you've learned so far? I know it's been a little bit of a crash course.
No, you're good. That'd be really cool to see the Churchill Downs replica.
Yeah.
See what you guys have been working on before the big race day.
Yeah, definitely. We are. It's sort of split time between us planning to kind of make sure that we've got the good infield part built for ourselves, our own like little let's see if it's loaded up yet. Our own tent and activation there, but then at the same time we have to kind of get prepared to um, have the real track in the game so that people can start racing on the virtual grounds and get that run through the Churchill team and make sure they approve it and everything. Let's see.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever gotten to go to the track before?
I hadn't until like 2 weeks ago. I went up there and spent 2 days, and we shot a bunch of footage and kind of like took measurements and reference to make sure everything was good to go. So here we go. So I can pull this up.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Oh
this will be my
yeah.
first year covering the Derby at the track. So I joined the CJ last May. I'm from Louisville, so I've been to a couple Derbies before. I even worked one in college. I spent 2 days working in a betting window in the infield, which was a
Oh
pretty
yeah,
wild time.
yeah. I
So it'll
bet.
be really cool to go. Yeah. So I've been as a fan. I've been as someone working as like a bet like a bet teller, and now I'll get to go and work on
Hmm.
press row, which would be pretty fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I've been told that it's wild. So who knows with us being part of the infield how it's going to go. But let me get this out. Shut off Outlook. Yeah, so this is the first revision, and we sent this over just this week, and they've already come back with a few things that we had wrong. But one of the cooler things, of course, is if I can get myself over there, is the brand new first turn club that they built. So you can kind of get an idea of
Yes. Yeah, that looks great.
what this thing looks like. And I believe this whole section here, these guys are actually gone, these grandstands. So we're going to be removing those here shortly. Like this stuff is all not there anymore. Um,
Hmm.
and then one thing that we're working on, like kind of in the meantime, is this crowd stuff we've had in here forever, like 8 years. These just like cards of random people. These are
Hmm.
just
They're on a hell of a
some
diet, those guys, huh? Look at that.
some dude wearing cargo shorts from this old guy. So we are trying to get some like actual 3D people in here, and then we'll replace all the buses and all that stuff. That was another thing they were asking for. But yeah, we got the big, huge, ginormous screen, which was, I don't know, what did they say, three basketball courts wide or something. It's just ridiculously huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, I was sort of like blown away with the scale of that. Somewhere over here is where we're going to be. And I was trying to look at it. I think it's like right here is basically where we'll be.
Nice. Yeah.
Um, and then, let's see if we can zoom over here into the spires. One thing that I thought was actually rather funny is that we had already updated this, and they haven't. It still
Hmm.
says 20. It still says 2022
Okay.
and
Yeah.
at Churchill right now. I'm wondering when they're going to do that. But yeah, this is the grounds, and it's pretty close to accurate. Oh yeah, we can look it over some of the stuff. We haven't done the winter circle yet. We do have the big board there with Woodford. A couple of those, I think. But yeah, we haven't done the winter circle yet, so that's sort of next up. The little fountain and all of that will be coming pretty soon. But yeah, progress. It looks pretty. At the top level, it's like when you have the shots like this, you're like, wow, it's perfect. But then when you dig into the details, it's not quite there. Um,
That looks great.
yeah,
We
typically
got
when we
15
show.
seconds
No.
all the
Yeah.
way
I
to the
think that.
maiden.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
let's jump over. Okay, 15 seconds to the maiden. All right. No, what should I should go full screen? Oh, I shouldn't now because you already started. I'll just leave it, right? Go ahead. Go ahead, Mo. Down to the track. Mo at
All
Third Time
right.
Raceway.
Welcome, race fans, to another Thursday, third time game racing stream here on Twitch. I don't know where else we're streaming, but we're probably somewhere else. 5-horse field, locked and loaded.
Get behind me.
And they're off in the third time, Thursday maiden. And just like that, it's Reply Guy from inside with Harry Man down at the rail. Up for third, that's For You in the Yellow Silks, followed by Copenhagen. And Harry Mom's going to round out the top five here on the leaderboard as they head out and on to the main turn in this 5-furlong right-turning affair on the turf. Track is yielding, smoke is good. Opening quarter in 23 and change as they continue to track here. It's Reply Guy, the one to catch. Harryman now starts to advance on the inside, trying to gain ground with Copenhagen as well in the 3-pep. And comes Harry Mom now, looking for room with For You as these two battle for last as they hit the turn and head for home. It's Copenhagen now who shoots to the front. Reply Guy has stalled, breaking down like an old Buick, but it's Copenhagen by 2. Reply Guy down the center and Harry Mom, but it's going to be Copenhagen with a perfectly timed ride. And the third time Thursday Maiden. 5-2-3 order finish.
Nice victory there for who took that one? The 5? Copenhagen. Okay, yep. That was who people would bet on, right? Big Brain's first horse. Dig in a little bit here. Where's the Copenhagen? Out of a unicorn and a stud, starting from the old days. So yeah, that's their first race, Copenhagen. Congrats to all participants. Big money, big prizes. Next up is what? We got a handicap. Okay. So yeah, we try to emulate Brooks, the horse racing industry, as much as we can. You know, we kind of step our way through these races with allowances and handicaps and claimers and all of the little details leading up to the big graded races. And so yeah, the next one here is the handicap. Let's see if we can see like what they're carrying. Okay, yeah. So you got Espresso's got 4 extra pounds. See if there's any beasts in here. Yep, Screaming Eagle with 7. Second Flight with 7. 100 Acre with 9. That's going to be a lot. Got a small baby on the back. But yeah, we try to kind of do as much as we can with the real, styles of races, so that fans of the sport can just drop in and kind of understand and start playing right away. So this guy, 100 Acre Pocono might be on the thing. Seems to be trending down a little bit. Had a rough go here last few races. Maybe time for the bounce. I saw a question in the chat there. Doughboy, will the Photo Finish Live Kentucky Derby, will it be grade restricted, or basically how you have the third time Derby, point qualification? Yes, it's definitely a point qualification road to the Derby. It's how you'll race in the actual Kentucky Derby. Will be winning enough points on the road to the Derby in the game. So that's good. Did this run? Wait, no. Sorry. There we go.
No, that's at 420.
Okay, gotcha. 420. Nice. So it looks like some smart money rolling in on the 1. Harry Years. Mo, if you were betting this one, where's your money going? Where are you thinking?
I typically like it Harry. The Harry horses normally run pretty well. Cheese racing, yeah. Outside of that, I mean, Topia. I like the 7 wins there. I like the career earnings.
That's a solid one. Yep. 3 pounds. Espresso was only 4. Yeah, they're all pretty strong. Handicaps are tough. Really tough to figure out. Nice.
What's the buy-in on this? Was it $5? Okay.
Yep. Oof, I don't know. Just looking at the top level, it's like, okay, it's yielding, so it doesn't really matter much on, the track preference. So now it's like, okay, maximum stars on left and turf is what I want. And then, see, Screaming Eagle, but then Screaming Eagle's carrying a bunch. So Harry Years has got the highest stars, only an A-, but everyone else is carrying weight. Yeah, I might go, 1, 3, 6, trifecta box. So I would maybe be. The trifecta boxes
trifecta
are.
Box.
Yeah, it's like just even money. Well,
Money
maybe
bags.
just go
Bags.
3. Yeah, well, 50 cents, right? It ends up what, $6 or something? 12 bucks. Maybe just 3, 1,
Well, actually, yeah,
6.
if you play them for 50 cents, $3.
Yeah, maybe 3, 1, 6. That's where I would maybe lean. And so yeah, we got 4 minutes to figure that one out. Let's see. Yeah, what else can we show in the meantime? leaderboards right now. Soulmate, 698,000 Derby so far. Let's see some of his beasts. 80,000 in career earnings on Zelda. Wow, plus 21K so far. Look at Zelda. Where is
Damn.
Zelda here? That's pretty good. Yeah. I'm like, shit. Is that happening? Zelda, does he not have custom silks? Or maybe the thing's not loading right now, I wonder. That'd be good. Hammy's talking about load up the. Look at my stable, all these unraced horses that I haven't done anything with that are just languishing. Let's see, all right, who else we got? We got Cheese. Cheese right now sitting on a lot of A's. Let's see, grade high,
I mean, it's a good place to be.
yeah.
I like sitting there with those grade restricted A's, A pluses.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, looks like 18K on Harry Brain plus 3,500. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Let's go back to the top. So horsepower. This guy just smashing these top tier ones. 84K on Thanos, 76K on Voldemort. Let's see these guys. So Voldemort grinding. 80K in earnings, but only 6K ROI. What about, did I do Thanos? Yeah, Thanos is 14K. Woo! Guys are pushing it. I like it. This is what, only 3 weeks? No, about 5 weeks of racing? Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Who else? Who else is up there? Baltazar at 532. Baltazar, if you're there, say hey. 118 on these two. Mo, what are we doing? We should just retire and be racing these guys.
Probably. I mean, if there's ever
Right?
jockeys, and I can just hop in, yeah, if I could hop in the game, you know.
What? Look at this one. 48. Oh my goodness. Wow. Baltazar, congratulations. I haven't looked in on this in a while, and I'm impressed with you all.
Eh,
Brooks, what's the most money you've made on a horse race? You're in Louisville, for God's sake, you got to be hammering the track when you're out there.
Thinking about it, well, it was funny because when we talked yesterday, we talked a little bit about Rich Strike, and then you were mentioning how people were hammering, like the horses that have the biggest odds in the Preakness. I went to the track last fall, and it was actually the track racing that day. I think it might have been the race that he was in. I bet on him, and then I bet on like the longest odds of that horse. So I think I came out like $100 on that. I usually
$2 to
only
$100?
bet what? Yeah,
$2 to
something like
100.
that.
Jeez, 50 to 1. That's pretty good. I hit like a $1,600 pick six once, and and then I promptly blew it all in following weeks.
huh.
But that's the best I ever did. I couldn't believe it. It's like one of those. I had another one too that I was live to, like three horses in the final race, and it was gonna be, $1,500 or something, and then none of them hit, and I didn't hedge, so never hedge. All right, here we are. Sorry, we're here. Mo, down to the track. It's raining at the Third Time Thursday handicap. Heading down with his poncho on. Mo knows.
All right, we're doing our best to stay dry here. Vocal effects are crapping out. Oh, there they are. They're back. They're in the gate. And they're racing here in the Third Time Thursday handicap. And it's Whoa Nelly from in between horses who runs out to lead all by their lonesome. Now the break of three comes second flight along with Utopian Warrior Goddess. They're joined there by Harriers on the inside, and Screaming Eagle rounds out the top six here. Still haven't found a way to call the back field of the horses. Maybe one day, but not today. Opening quarter in 25 and change, and it's Whoa Nelly continues to dominate here in the pouring rain. You like it sloppy. Well, it looks sloppy, but it's actually yielding. According to the game, 12 furlongs left turning on the turf. Whoa Nelly by 3. And it's Harry Ears with a ground-saving trip down at the rail. And Screaming Eagle now starts to find some room in advance up in the third. Then there's Utopia in fourth, Warrior Goddess in fifth, carrying 1 pound at 9-1. No love there on the money, but got to wait. And Second Flight's going to be the one here to round them out. As we make our way back to the front, Whoa Nelly is now finally being challenged here as the field starts to wake up. As they pass the wire here for the first time. Holy crap, this is a long race. 12 furlongs, I'll say it again. And it's Whoa Nelly now starting to be challenged here. Finally some action with Screaming Eagle. Screaming Eagle's had enough now and makes that awkward eye contact. But Whoa Nelly is not phased and decides to pull back ahead. Now opens up by 2, maybe 2.5. This Screaming Eagle looks to take a breather. Now Utopia was back in the middle of the pack in third with 100 Acre. Where'd he come from? But he's in fourth now with 15-1. Warrior Goddess is in fifth. No change there with Second Flight. But we make our way back to Whoa Nelly. I am not on a loop. I am not AI. It's Whoa Nelly yet again, who continues to show the way here by 2.5. And Screaming Eagle now starts to look back involved with 100 Acre and Utopia. Second Flight now looks to make moves, trying to pick off horses at ease with Espresso. Espresso's waking up, who'd have thought, as we make our way into the final turn. But Whoa Nelly is making
Unbelievable.
a journey of this one. 6, maybe 7, may call it a country mile, but they are taking this one off the turn. And it's Whoa Nelly. Second Flight down the center of the track. Screaming Eagle is there as well, but Espresso's got chances. But Whoa Nelly leaves it the whole way, but can they cash it in when it counts? No, it's Second Flight goes right on by. Screaming Eagle down at the rail, but it's going to be all Second Flight with a second wind over Screaming Eagle and Whoa Nelly.
Whoa Nelly, just tired out. Fire the jockey, am I right?
That was
throw
crazy.
him right out. Wire to wire, just ran him too hard. Premier Stables, I don't know who you have riding your horse today. Obviously, they all have the same jockey, but I like to make that joke at least. Man, that was a good call. You need a drink, Mo, after that one. That was extreme. I need a drink.
Man, I love to talk, but I mean that was like 2.5 minutes.
Of the same horse in the lead, it's hard.
Yeah, with the same horse in the lead and trying not to get canceled here in front of our esteemed guests. That is what we set out here to do today, chat.
That is nice of you. Just trying to keep everything above board. The guy covers college basketball. It's not like he's never heard some bad words before or something, though. It's okay.
It's true. You can,
you know,
do your thing. Do your thing.
Your 90s references are not going to turn him off from your normal or Terminator references. None of that's going to freak him out, I don't think. Wow, that was a good one. Whose horse was that won there?
Yeah, that was a good race.
Pocono won? Of course. Let's take a look at Pocono. See how he's been doing. He came in pretty late, right? There we go. Oh, he's got 2 stables, the LT and the LD. He might even have more, actually, right? Let's see. All right, so Pocono's left-turning turf stable, which I'm not sure if he runs all of it himself. Oh, yeah, sorry, Paul. What's on the... I found this in our office, Paul. Knob Creek. It was just sitting in there, so, that's what I poured. My kids are on the way over here, so it's a real good example I set. Anyway, yeah, so, okay, let's take a look. We've got Pocono with some beasts over here in the LT. He's got a, 58K K2. What's K2 been doing? Ooh, K2 struggling. Ooh, you hate to see that. I know Pocono's had definitely some struggle with the newest math, and so I'm hopeful that in the newest changes that we just rolled out yesterday, Pocono's going to have a little more predictability, and because his stable's really strong, I think he's just kind of gotten rattled with some of the changes. There you go, coming up, getting better. Getting better over time. Let's see, who else does he have here? Well, that was 100 Acre that we just watched. Was 100 Acre? What was that one? Yeah, the handicap. Oops, wrong way. 100 acre. Oof.
Yeah, last
100
one was a
acre.
handicap.
100 acre also down. Yeah, Pocono. I know he's been trying to find his way. Let's see, is anybody in here doing better? Second flight. There you go. Second flight's in the green or the black or whatever. It's a better one. Who else we got on the leaderboard? Who else is here? Let's see. Paul says in the chat. Paul Fleetwood. Very much looking forward to how players are doing, finding their best distances now. They should be much more visible after a few races. Let's see. How's Golden, our boy, doing here? Let's see, any big earners? A couple of big earners here. We got the 82K, 8 out of Sparrow.
Oh Lord, look at that barn. Crap.
Ooh, yeah, Sparrow's doing quite well. Oof. Let's see, how has it been? This is what's wild, like podium after podium after podium, and then he has a 10th after. Like, what happened here? Why so poor on
I mean, that's
11?
horse racing, though, right? Could have got bumped. Could have got bumped mid-race. Could have
got bumped.
taken a bad
I mean, it's a
step.
little. This is a little maybe step up in distance too. Maybe he just ran out of gas at 11. 10 was maybe his. 10 and below is his magic, and you get up into the. He doesn't have it. Or he doesn't have any heart.
First time he ever ran 11.
Yeah. Yeah, that's horse racing. I do like saying that. That's the best way to do it. So I don't have to worry about any math problems. It's just, oh no, that's horse racing. Just random, dude. That's pretty. He's smoothing out now. He's finding his way here in the middle. 888, but kind of low, like not running great. What's this one doing ledger-wise? Dorado, still up, still in the positive. Yeah. Let's see. Baltazar said he put 80 on second flights in that race and got 1,500 back. We were just talking about the big hits. The one that we just watched, was he the only one that picked?
Yeesh.
Second flight was that much of a long shot? Oh boy. Wow. Okay, 2 minutes. We're going to try and remember. I'm not going to miss it this time. Restricted stakes. Let's talk about this one a little bit, huh? I'm going to theater mode early. So here we've got some big players. Look at these beasts. Ooh.
Yeah, you had the Sparrow one up on the screen earlier.
Yeah, the one. That's right. We were looking at Golden. So let's see. Scott Street in the 2 hole is a plus 32 grand. Elvis plus 10 grand. Oh man, these are gonna be it's gonna be a good one. G Spot, little not safe for work. I don't think the Jockey Club would push that there. G Spot not doing as well. Pocono. Do we think the Jockey Club would let that through? I don't know, Mo. We can informal vote in the chat. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down.
I mean,
you'd let G Spot go through. Oh, Painkiller.
I'd let it go
Ouch.
through, yeah.
Yeah, I'd vote for it. It's all right. Painkiller had some struggle here. Loggerhead doing good. YSM
20 seconds still a race, by the way.
Eddie's horses seem to suggest he is very frustrated. Yeah, like maybe he's not treating them well in the barn. He's taking out his frustrations on them. He's talking poorly to them. Their self-esteem is low. Anyway, down to the track is yet another gloomy day at the Third Time Raceway. 4:30 p.m. stakes race, big money on the line. Mo, take it away.
Thank you, Ian. Good show as always. Pleasure being here. Chat, if you haven't followed the channel, follow the damn channel. Let's race them. 12 in the gate. And they're racing here in the Third Time Thursday restricted stakes. and it's Elvis, along with Big Slick on the extreme outside. And down the rail, it's Sparrow in third, along with Johnny Ringo. Then comes Rainbow Unicorn, and Ribeye rounds out your top six here as they head into the clubhouse turn in this 5 furlong left-turning affair on the soft dirt. And it's Soulmate Stable Runner in the Blue Silks, now being pressed by Big Slick. It ain't nothing but a hound dog, but it's Elvis down at the rail trying to hold on. Big Slick challenges on the outside and pokes a nose in front. And it's Rainbow Unicorn looks to get rolling here as they head off the turn now and they get ready to head for home. Mom is calling, the street lights are on, but it's Big Slick, the beautiful two-tone cow running down the center of the track. But don't look now, it's Ribeye's got their eyes set on the leader, and it's Ribeye now who goes in front. Scott Street's trying to split them like a Jandervat field goal, but it's going to be Ribeye by 2 with Scott Street, and it's going to be Ribeye going to take this one over Scott Street and Rainbow Unicorn.
Vanderjack field goal. Boy, deep cut.
You know,
I appreciate it.
I always say Vanderjat, and people tell me, like, you always use the same kicker, so I always go to say Vinatieri or somebody else, and I always stumble anyway, but I go back to Vanderjat. So.
That's good. I like it. Look at this silk from Baltazar. I hadn't seen that either. Baltazar is looking pretty tough to beat today, folks. The guy is on fire. In fuego, as they say. Let's take a look at that one again. Look at this crew here at the end with their... We've got Baltazar, you got Hollywoo, and you got Rainbow Unicorn from Tombstone. Whew, man, big money, big prizes. So that was, let's see, how much? 4,800, $60, is that right? Always am struggling with math, I guess. Yeah, nice little win. Congrats, Baltazar, if you're in the chat. He says, shout out to Prospect Hold Co. for the silks. I have seen that guy on Twitter, Prospect. So yeah, if you want a custom silk for your stable, Prospect is your man. Let's see. Brooks, if you're getting a custom stable, custom horse in this game, are you going to design it? Is it going to be a cardinal? What's the deal? Or you've got your own logo? What do you think?
I'd probably go with something more classic. I think I'd have to go back and look at some of the ones that I really like. What I like every year is the paper will usually print out, like, they'll do like a derby listing of like the field, and they'll have each horse's silk. So I always like going through that each year and just seeing like which ones we're working with every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to. I use that same paper. I use the same one. I think to put the silks into the simulation on NBC. I'm always like stressing it the last week there, trying to get them all painted in right and everything.
Yeah. So like what we'll do at the derby parties growing up, you basically would take those silks. Someone would have a hat. You take the silks, you'd like cut them into little pieces. You fold them up, put them in the hat. People would pay, like $5 buy-in. And you could grab, like a horse out of there. And so honestly, like some of like the most money that I've won at derby sometimes is when you have the winning horse in the little pot at the parties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that, like the best way to kind of do that virtually or digitally, similar to like Super Bowl squares or something, that always is super, super fun. But I was just trying, I feel like we did it one year and it like didn't quite make sense because we were trying to link in the real life odds to it. But I think you basically just need to use your own odds when you do it, right? It's just like if 5 people, because if 100 people are there, of course, that's kind of all you can do. You got to pick multiples. And so I think that's kind of cool though. It's like, well, 10 people have already picked the one. So now, of course, his payback is low, and you have like a real pari-mutuel pool going. But yeah, anyway. Let's see, what do we got? So the last race of the day, I believe, or no, we have one. Do we have a G1 today or no? Let's see, 440. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have a G1.
6 o'clock, I think, was the G1.
Okay, so it's later. All right. Well, right, because that's a qualifier. Well, then this can be our last race of the day. We'll hammer this one. So far, we've got 4 in this one for the big fellas. Let's see, what are people asking?
While we have a minute, if I can jump in here real quick. Congratulations, by the way, man! Awesome news.
Thank you.
Like we didn't really, I was hoping Fib or somebody would be here to be like, hey, by the way, good job, boss. But I'll grab my pom poms for a minute. No, seriously, though, man. Killer news, man. Good job. And it's funny because you might have heard me say it, like, it's like TBG or bust in like in my mind sometimes. You got to remember, I'm from the Northeast, right? So we don't really get anything outside of Naira and TBG jammed down our throats. So I often forget how big like Twin Spires and that whole conglomerate really is. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that was beautiful, man. That's massive. Congratulations, good work, and yeah, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, I talked a little bit about on the kind of Twitter Spaces and stuff yesterday of just how surreal it was being there in Louisville and on the grounds and just thinking like it's just my cousin and I who I grew up with and we're just out there with a camera and like we're grown men now and how like I don't know I spent 10 12 years at EA Sports and thinking like wow this would be a major massive deal if we had made this deal while I was at EA Sports. And now here I am with my little like 12 person game dev studio, and just like at the world stage, and it was just it's surreal, and I'm so stoked and excited to work with them and on everything. It's, the fact that like I think we're gonna have so much fun with the Derby and the Derby properties, and then like the next phase after that, just everything. They have so much cool stuff going on. They've built and been involved in mobile games and all kinds of things. So there's just so much crossover that we've got, and I just can't wait to work with a partner like that because I've worked with tons of licensors. I've worked with all of them probably at this point and talked to all of them. I've met with NFL or collegiate or PGA or everybody, right? And there was something different about these Churchill folks. It's just like the friendliness factor was, it's that Southern hospitality. I'm sure Brooks gets it. I'm from Tennessee, you get it, but it's just very different. Like the amount, how warm everyone is compared to, it's a pretty rough go. Like when you're working with the NFL or whatever, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of,
Well,
it's a lot different. And this has been so exciting for them to really give us the time of day, number one, and then really like believe in what we think we can do for them. So yeah, it's awesome. It's really, really exciting.
yeah, well, I think that they understand, and I've done some research on this myself. I know the UK in particular, they are very interested, in digital horse racing, metaverse type stuff, and they understand they need to embrace it. They need to get like the new generation like involved, right? And that's the best way to do it. So I'm pretty sure if Churchill's smart, like you guys, that's why it feels different, right, than EA because EA you're dealing with NFL. They do the same. It's the same shit year in and year out. They just milk the license. You guys are actually revolutionizing. You know what I mean? Like a whole genre to bring this to a whole digital mass. It's telling you, man. It's like this is crazy.
Yeah, it's super fun. It does feel like it could be just this really, you know, unique tipping point in the sport, and then of course our game and our company. It's just such a grail, you know, partnership. I still can't believe it. It was hard enough when we first started the very first Photo Finish mobile game. I was trying. It was right when American Pharaoh had won, and I had some contact. I had a friend of a friend that knew like a dude that was running the PR for their team, and it was just impossible to even talk with these folks because they were so from that point forward they were so ungodly wealthy, from the breeding rights of American Pharaoh from that day forward, that it's sort of like you can't really even talk about a licensing partnership or a deal like that. They're so far removed. There's nothing that you can offer because they're like, well, we get paid 500 grand a day now, for the breeding rights or whatever. It's just such a different where you're like, well, I have a little tiny mobile game and I would like to license his likeness, and there's such a disconnect of that compared to what a game can offer. And so that's what's been so great about Kentucky Derby. It's like it's not about the money, it's about the partnership. It's about the agreement and the long-term growth of a new audience. Whereas I think if you've just made 50 million, I don't know if we're about
10
to go
seconds,
off.
by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, if you've just made 50 million on a race or on a horse, then it's not really that big of a deal for you to make any money anymore. Down to the track. It's raining yet again.
This one looks
Thursday.
even sloppier.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
one
like
looks
it's-
actually
Yeah.
sloppy, right? The last race of the day,
All
race
right.
5, 4. I already lost track. Our pick 5 jackpot payout is off. There we go.
Alright, and they're off here, and it's been raining all day, so why not end it off with an even wetter track? But we make them run anyway, because that's what we do here at Third Time Thursday streams. And it's Stagehand who got the better of it here, loves the slop, opens up by 5. And it's Shoey down at the rail with Pippin's Growth outside. And Cheese Racing running here in the Blue Silks. First time I haven't gotten to roll the horses by the call. And there's only 4 horses. What the hell is wrong with me? It's almost time to check out, folks. This is the nightcap. Opening quarter in 24 and change, and it's Stagehand still the one to catch. Now starting to move up here down at the rail. That's Shoey with a ground saving trip. Pippin's Growth not too far off them. And it's Harry Tortilla. Last time I had one of those, it was an interesting night, but not any concern yet to the leader, as Harry Tortilla has about 3-4 miles to make up. Half mile now in 49 and change with Stagehand trying to hold on here. If we've seen anything today, it's that front runners don't often fare well, but can Stagehand change the narrative? Trying to do their best here as my screen is chugging, and I think it's all the crap I got running on the computer. But one more time into the far turn. Stagehand by 2.5 and find some more gear. Now Shoey starts to engage and pull off the rail. Pippin's Growth might have called it a day, but stay tuned. Harry Tortilla, well, let me know when he does something, but it's Stagehand for now. 200 meters to go. Shoey now starts to pull off here and tries to make a move, but they're running out of time and running out of real estate as Stagehand looks to take him to the wire, but Shoey is going to make it interesting to end the night here.
Oh.
It's going to be Stagehand holding on strong over Shoey and Pippin's Growth. May want to get that checked out.
Photo finish at the wire. Our pseudonym. What a call. That was a nice one, man. So what do we think here? What was that? Shoey.
That was a fun race.
4,000 purse, not too shabby. From YSM. Congrats, YSM, if you're in the chat. YSM is a multi-person stable at this point, I believe. Yep. Let's see how I rewind. There we go. I seem to remember Stagehand before. Stagehand I've seen before. I'm starting with some of these horses. I'm starting to remember. It's kind of funny.
That's the beauty of this whole thing, right? That's what we talked about like last week or two. You know, it's like 5 years from now, there might be some kid who like, you know, is running their dad's horses or their parents' horses or like 3-4 generations deep. Like that's gonna be so cool, man, to hear like those types of stories and the people that start tracking that and creating the stories and, you know, moments out of that. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I remember that joke of like, well, Grandpa left me Stagehand. You know, he's gone, but Stagehand lives on. It's ridiculous. Oh man, I'll miss you, Grandpa. This win against YSM is for you.
Well, real talk though, man. Like that's a certain, you know, that's a possibility of something that could happen, man. You guys did that, bro. Like that's crazy to think about.
I do love that thought, especially when I think about, you know, this expansion eventually into, you know, if it's pubs or virtual, you know, kiosks in like, you know, the UK or Australia where that's very common. Just the idea that because they are real and they have this background and story and background that people could walk up and be like, yo, a YSM horse is racing later. You know, that's just like crazy to me to think that like, oh yeah, I'll definitely throw 10 quid on that. I don't know, I'm not British, so someone tell me if quid is how you say it. But anyway, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. What a wonderful, there you go, Asia Horse Racing Kiosk for Hemi. A wonderful Third Time Thursday. I know we had such a big event yesterday with Churchill Downs. We have, you know, Brooks from Louisville. I mean, the guy grew up, he lives on the track. Special thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And yeah, well, hopefully, will we see you at the track on the 5th or the 6th? Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there for Oaks and Derby.
Awesome. So, well, yeah, come by the tent. We'll get you your horse. If not, we could probably get you a new one here in the next couple of days. Someone in the chat will be happy to send you one over to try out. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for joining on. Mo, as always, you're a legend.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Brooks, man. Pleasure meeting you. Hope to see you around, dude. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Really, in Discord, a lot of good people, too. So don't be a stranger, man. Like I said, hope to get more people on the track. Should be a good time.
For sure. Thanks. You do a great job of calling the races.
Yeah, he's a natural. He's an absolute natural.
It.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Happy Thursday.